Today I want to talk to you about confidence. This is probably going to be a little bit of a longer video, but I want to cover the main big nuggets of how I think confidence is built. We're going to start off by talking about the difference between confidence and arrogance. Now, it's very easy to assume that a confident person means an arrogant person. To be confident is to be arrogant. That is not true at all. An arrogant person is an arrogant person. Confidence is trust in your own set of skills, or a person's set of skills. It's built through like experience and trial and error, and it is completely opposite to arrogance, because arrogance is thinking you're better than somebody. So there is a difference between appreciating your skills and thinking you're better than somebody else. Now, I get that everyone's a little bit arrogant, but normally really arrogant people are overwhelmingly confident, and we confuse the two. But confidence is an attribute and arrogance is an attitude, and it's a really bad attitude to have. So you are going to learn confidence, which is the ability to appreciate your beautiful skill sets. Right, let's get started. There is nothing wrong with being confident. Everyone is confident at something on some level. We've all worked hard or tried and failed and got to a point where we are confident at doing something. Now, you may say, I'm an unconfident person, but you are a confident person at the things that you are good at. So for example, you are confident at brushing your teeth, or you're confident at singing, or you're confident at a skill that you have. But you've decided overall that you're not confident because you're not confident at everything, because you're not good at everything. It's easy to say we're not confident, because to gain confidence is to try new things, to fail, and to face abject humiliation. So you don't have to do that if you're not confident, and therefore don't try. So really, right now, confidence is just trying new stuff, failing, kind of embracing the failing, learning the lesson, and moving forward. We would rather be safe and unhappy than risk, which is a common human defense mechanism, but we're not built for that. We aren't really built to stagnate. We love shiny, we love new, we love interesting. That is why human beings are so innovative. It's why we make crazy stuff and why we do insane things to try and push the boundaries of what a human being can do. So it's time to stop playing safe and telling yourself that you're not a confident person, because you are confident at something, therefore you have confidence, therefore you are a confident person. You are just less confident in certain areas of your life. Like, you may be less confident socially, but very confident on a video game. So that was a weird example, but I'm very confident on Spyro. Questionable when we're going out socially. The story that you've been telling yourself that you aren't confident is gone on for too long, and it's time that it ended. So I'm gonna get you to start by saying, I am a confident person, because you are, and we're gonna change your brain about it. So here are my top 11 nuggets about confidence, which I really think you should hear. Nugget number 1, don't give two shits what anyone thinks of you at all. If you want to go walk around, dance in a fountain, you go ahead. If you want to walk around in a fully inflatable T-Rex suit every day, you do you. Don't give a shit what anyone thinks of you, because people are gonna not like you. No matter how good you are, no matter how perfect you're trying to be, someone's not gonna like you. And that's fine, because you are gonna like you. And those people that don't like you, are they important to you? Do they care? No, fuck them. And every time someone throws away the idea that they have to act a certain way, the world becomes a much more interesting and happy place, because you are no longer conforming to be somebody that you're not in a way that makes you unhappy. You're just being you. And people aren't gonna like it. But equally, people are gonna love you, because people are just gonna love who you are and not who you're pretending to be. And yes, you're gonna lose a couple people, but think of all the people you can inspire by just being yourself and doing those things that you want to do and not caring what anyone says. It's very freeing. If you want to be confident, shed the lie that you have to be anything other than yourself to be happy. People are gonna hate you, people are gonna love you. But the only difference is, you're gonna love you because you get to be you. because you won't care what anyone thinks of you, and you'll just do the crazy stuff that you've always wanted to do secretly but you never have gone because you'll think people will judge you. Well, stop caring if they're gonna judge you, because we don't care anymore. Go dance in a fountain, go watch that crazy movie that you can't watch because people will judge you. Whatever it is, whatever your crazy dream is, do it. And if you think, oh, what will someone think of me think? Doesn't matter. I'm gonna do it anyway, and it'll be scary, but it'll be fun. These are all mini practice nuggets for you to try to help build confidence. Nugget number 2. This is acting, or more prominently, presenting yourself with confidence. How you act is weirdly important to confidence. Your brain is absolutely magical. If you act confident, your brain will find ways to reinforce the belief that you are confident by finding just new and wonderful things to make you feel more confident. So if you walk and talk and act like you're confident, the world will fill up with confidence, and your brain will work its way around to making you feel more confident. If you feel like you have fraud syndrome, like you're lying, just think of it more like acting. So you've just kind of picked a character, which is your future you, and you're just presenting her as confident, or him, or it. Depends on your gender. Whatever you are, confident. All right, let's go on to nugget number 3. We on 3? Yeah. I have just realized that's actually 12 nuggets because I've named nugget 2 twice. So nugget 2.5, always accept a compliment. Need I say more? I think it is very, 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 very important to accept a compliment, because I think it's very rude not to accept a compliment. If someone's come up to you and said, oh, I like your, we'll go with jumper. I like your jumper, and you go, oh, this old thing, I've had it forever, it's a bit old and tatty and hideous. You've just said what you like is old and tatty and hideous to them. You just insulted them to their face. Okay, so instead what I want you to do is say thank you. Someone has gone out of their way to pick something about you that they like, and they've told you. That is a lot of effort and doesn't happen a lot. So I want you to look them in the eye and say thank you, full stop. And then you can blush and gush how much ever you want. You're like, oh, thank you. I do it. I'm terrible at accepting compliments, but I always say thank you. That's very kind. Or I fluster my way out of it. But it is very important to accept compliments. Now, this is one of my mini nuggets. This is something I do, and it is called accepting fake compliments. So you'll get a lot of backhanded compliments in your life, or full-on insults. So you're like, you're weird. You're kind of short. You're a bit disgusting, aren't you? You're gonna get those kind of comments or compliments all the time. Now, the best thing to do when you get a backhanded compliment is to accept it with the utmost sincerity. Why? Because there is nothing more annoying to a person trying to insult you than for you to accept it and take a compliment that's not intended. My rule in life is to accept compliments that aren't intended. It's so much fun. It is great when someone just goes, oh, I see you're wearing that skirt again. You're like, oh, thank you, it's my favorite. So many, no matter what, insult, compliment, fake compliment, accept it, find a compliment in anything, and then just accept it, laugh, and walk off. Oh, you're gonna annoy so many people, but it is so funny. It's more of an evil mini tip, to be honest, but let's move on. Nugget number 3, seeing a problem as a challenge. This may not be automatically linked with confidence right now, but I want you to take a moment to think. Challenges are inevitable in life. When we come up against adversity, our instant reaction is, no, I can't do it, I'm weak, I'm unworthy. So what we want to do is reframe your mind to help you build confidence. So when you're faced with some adversity, instead of going, I'm weak, I can't do it, it's too hard, I want you to see the problem as a challenge. So I want you to see, okay, I can do difficult things. I'm just gonna say this very clearly because this is what I say all the time. I can do difficult things. Say it with as much like as you possibly want, but you can do difficult things, and then list the 3 most difficult things you've done recently. Make a long list and be like, I've overcome this, and I've overcome this, and I've overcome this. I can do difficult things. I am going to find a solution for this too. And then brainstorm solutions. So every time you get hit in the face with some adversity, just go, I can do difficult things. You can't stop me. Another one of my mantras, by the way. So I have two set up. That one, oh, I'll tell you a mini backstory. What is it? I can do difficult things. It's actually a Justin Sewer one, and you can't stop me is from when I got stopped on the border in Thailand. I'm gonna cut this whole bit. I don't think people need to know about my adventures with visas. Nugget number 4, avoid criticizing other people. Now, I do get it. Sometimes someone's a dick and you just need to tell them that they're a dick. But what is very important is if someone's being a dick, tell them as kindly as possible, but don't just unnecessarily criticize them. What I'm actually going to get you to do is not criticize anyone at all. Just don't criticize someone for their interests or for their hobbies or for the things that they do or who they are. Criticism spreads negativity, and I do understand wanting to tell someone when they've been a dick. You can find a nice, kind way to do that, and it is okay to tell someone they're being a dick and they need to stop. It's most very important. But general day-to-day criticisms like, I don't like what you're wearing, or I don't like the way you've done this, there are more constructive ways to communicate that don't spread negativity and criticism. The more you try to understand someone and spend less time criticizing and understanding why they've done something, your emotional intelligence will actually grow and bloom, and your relationships can improve greatly when you understand that people don't have flaws. Like how humans have flaws, we don't have them. We just have qualities and attributes that positively or negatively affect somebody. So you've made a judgment, you've decided it's negative, and you have told them that. But instead, you need to look for the positive outcome and how you can adjust your behavior around it. Now, I get adjusting around people constantly is the most annoying thing ever, and it is easier to criticize someone. And I'm not saying never criticize anyone again. You have to be perfect, you have to be a rainbow. Eventually you're just gonna tell someone they're a knob and it's okay. Like, there's no stress in that. But I want you to just be more aware of the amount of criticism you're giving out and breathe it away, and either explain to them why it's bothering you and try and come up with a chiller solution, or avoid them. Too much of my voice is avoiding people. Nugget number 5, making solid eye contact. Now, this is a very, very difficult one for me because I think somewhere on the autistic spectrum is where I sit, but I have real trouble keeping eye contact with anybody, because for me it's a bit like looking into the gateway of someone's soul. The second I look into their eyes, it's like, bam, I know absolutely everything about them, and I'd rather not, to be honest, because that's just rude. So why is looking into someone's eyes and smiling important? I'll always make an effort to make eye contact and to look at someone's face and smile, just because it makes someone feel heard and valued. We spend so much time half on our screen not really looking at anybody. So if you stop and actually look at someone and make eye contact, they really do feel heard and valued. And if nothing else, looking into people's eyes, you actually make genuine connections with them. So the more connections that you build with people, the more confident you'll be socially, because you've actually made some connections with people. People are going to be more connected if you look into your eyes, then look into your phone and talk to them, which we all do now. We all just always have half an eyeball on our phones. Number 6. Posture, body confidence. So you need to walk and sit and move around with confidence and sass. Like the brain, this is important because it just tells your brain that you are being confident and you are in the zone, which will help get your mindset in place. Body language says everything to ourselves by ourselves. We don't do any of these nuggets for other people, by the way. We don't do it to make sure other people think that we're confident. We do it so we feel confident. Now, say I'm in like the office and I'm doing something I'm really focused on and really interested in, something I feel I'm really comfortable doing. My back goes so straight and I'm just firing away, and I have really good posture. So if I'm trying to replicate confidence, I will do that same posture. Same way if I'm walking down the street and I've got like a really confident sassy song and I'm feeling pretty good, I get a little more sway, I get a little more swaggy. Do those things. So replicate body confidence by walking a little straighter, chin held higher, and walking with a little more sass can really help boost confidence. It is weird, but it really does work. If you sit with a lot more, then you just feel more confident. Nugget number 7. You are treated how you allow yourself to be treated. This is a very delicate one because the first thing I thought to, and the first thing most people leap to, is abuse. You can't tell an abused person it's their fault. And it's not. Dude's an asshole. But I want to step away from abuse and I want to talk more about how you allow certain behaviors to affect you. Not affect you, how you allow people to treat you. How you allow someone to treat you greatly affects your life. And no, it is not easy to stand up to someone who is pushing you around or bullying you. It is horrifying. But worse is allowing yourself to be bullied, not standing up to them and going, actually no, fuck off. But by not standing up and not reaching out and not telling them no, you are allowing the abuse to continue and happen. And I really don't want that to happen. I used to get bullied a lot when I was in uni, and one day I just snapped and I stood up for myself and bam! She was nothing but nice to me since then. So standing up and pushing back at a bully does work, and you really need to just take that big step and don't allow someone to treat you any less than you think you should be treated. Everyone is different depending on how they want to be treated, but if someone isn't treating you how you expect, stop. Say no and say, I don't want you to treat me like this anymore. You need to back off. And they either will or they'll get more aggressive. Either way, get help. So for example, if someone's bullying you at work, get your boss involved. Be a snitch. It's your life. Fuck them. Take back control of your life and stand up for yourself. It'll be scary, but the second you push, they will most likely fold and be like, woo. That's normally how it happens. Bullies are just wusses, thinking they're in their big boots, thinking they can push anyone around because you've let them push you around. But if you stand up and push back and say, actually no, the bullying or the trouble should cease. So don't let someone, if someone's making you feel unconfident or is undermining you in some way, push back and say no. I actually found in all of the incidences that this has happened to me, I actually get respected for standing up from the person who is bullying you. Nugget number 8. Give someone a genuine compliment each day. Now, how does that give you confidence? Well, because eventually you'll compliment enough people, people are going to compliment you back. And I don't care what you say, getting a compliment makes you feel more confident. The more light and compliments you spread into the world, the more you're going to get back. And it's going to be great because your confidence will boost because people are finding things that they genuinely like about you and are telling you about it, and your confidence will go boom. Something that was actually recently made aware to me was that my brother, my own brother, has no idea how to compliment anyone. He's never had to do it in his life, and since then I've met 6 other people that have never complimented anyone because they don't understand how, or they think that compliments are rewards for good behavior. Yeah, no. Compliments are shows of appreciation for people you appreciate in your life. Okay, so any excuse to compliment someone, do it. If you do struggle with complimenting people, I would suggest starting with something really simple, like, oh, you have a nice physical attribute on you, so nice scarf, nice eyes, you look great today. And then you can build up to more emotional ones, like, I love the way you light up a room, or I really love the way that you're so kind, or I love this emotional aspect about you, or I really admire this strength that you have. Like, start simple and then build up to nicer ones. The more emotional and thought out, the nicer the compliment is to receive. So if someone says, oh, I like your jumper, or I like your necklace, my friend made me this, not relevant, I'll be like, oh, thank you, my friend made me this. But if someone gives me a genuine compliment about something I actually like about myself, like, I'm still thinking. It's not going well. The only compliment I can think of, because I've had one recently, is, oh, I love what you bake. And it's like, yes, I can bake. Thank you. I couldn't come up with one. So the more emotional the compliment, the better. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, but complimenting is easy. Just pick something you value about someone and say it to their face. So I value the fact that you come here every day and you work on becoming a better person. Thank you. I appreciate that about you. compliment. And then you have to say thank you. Nugget number 9, perfectionism. Accept that you're never gonna be perfect. We aren't perfect, we're never gonna be, and that's fine. You just need to take that moment to actually think, I can never be perfect, because perfection is a fluid, unattainable construct that was made up by you or whoever, and no one is perfect. I don't care how many people tell me Beyonce is perfect, no one is flawless, no one is perfect. So stop using not being perfect as an excuse to not try to be more confident and not to try new things. You are never going to be perfect, it's never going to happen. Relax, chill out, it's fine. The best people in the world at what they do, so the best athletes, the best innovators, the best artists, they know they aren't perfect because there is so much more to learn and so much more to do and so many more ways to grow. So get over it. If the best in the world aren't perfect, stop being a perfectionist. Just know you're a perfectionist and deal with it and say, no, I'm just gonna do stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's gonna be messy and wrong, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Tips from the perfectionist. Nugget number 10, right? This is one of my favorites. This is embrace what you love and own it. Now, I love this one because once you really if you like something that you're secretly ashamed of, if you just own it, confidence follows suit. So I'm going to tell you how I learned this lesson, and I learned it from my friend Andy. So I like the TV show My Little Pony, and yes, I am talking about the new one for children. I love that show, and I don't have the excuse of having a child to watch it. I just watch it by myself, and I own that now. I used to be so shy about it, so ashamed, but now I'm just like, yeah, I like it. And I learned this lesson from my friend Andy. My confidence blossomed when I just went, yeah, what? Friendship is magic. What about it? Because no one could refute. They'd just be like, meh. And they'd be like, whatever. I'm happy. I enjoy it. You just don't appreciate how great it is. And when I met Andy, he's the one that actually taught me this. Not only because he openly admitted that he loved the show, but he loves things with a passion, like an absolute insane passion that I can't even comprehend, and he gives no shits what anyone thinks about it. If you're, I'm going to try and give you a political example. He is very, I'm going to use a political example. He is very left-wing, and he lived with, for about 2 months, a very, very right-wing family. And he's very, very left, and he didn't give a shit that he was staying in someone else's house who was very political and an actual MP. He just went because he is confident about what he loves, which is amazing. That's why I learned to embrace what you love, even in the face of adversity, even in the face of being laughed at, even in the face of judgment. Love what you do and just embrace it and just be like, yeah! What's the worst that could happen? You could just make a new friend. Right. Nugget number 11, the finale. Stop believing you are not ready for something. No one is ready for anything. Not even people who say they are 100% ready for something are not actually ready. I'm going to give you the classic example of new parents. They're like, I am so ready to have this child. Gets the child. I am so woefully unprepared for absolutely every part of this journey. Embrace this knowledge that no one has any idea what they're doing, and no one quite knows the way. So embrace the knowledge that nobody knows what they're doing, and use it to your advantage and use it to build confidence and to take that giant scary step into doing something that's big and scary and different and new, and embracing it, and embracing the fall flat down on your face in case you fall on your face. We keep trying to avoid pain of humiliation and embarrassment by not actually taking risks and not actually doing things we want to do and not trying new things because we're worried we're going to look like an absolute idiot in a dance class when we can't dance because we got 2 left feet. But we really want to dance secretly. We don't do all these fun things because we're afraid of failing, and we think if we get to a point where we'll be good enough and then we can go. The classic example I always hear is, I can't go to CrossFit with you, Jade, because I'm not fit enough. I can tell you 1,000 reasons that's wrong, and guaranteed if you've heard of CrossFit, you've also thought this thought like, oh, I am not fit enough to go to a gym like that. That is not true. You will never be fit enough to go anywhere because you're already fit enough to do anything. There is nothing you can't do. You're always going to be a beginner. You're always going to be like a noob, and you're just going to have to be brave and try something new and face the embarrassment or failure that you could see. See, the thing is, you won't always, because you were always like, I'm so afraid, it's going to be so embarrassing. Like, it might not be. The only person who makes you feel embarrassed is you. Sure, someone might, you know, be like, meh, laugh at you. But if someone laughs at you, fucking laugh back. Just be like, meh. Oh, I've read them to shit. I mean, don't spread criticism. And if someone laughs, laugh back. Or take the compliment and laugh with them. Don't be afraid of embarrassing, and don't be afraid of judgment, because you're gonna get some. And yes, no one's perfect, and people are gonna judge you and insult you, and then you laugh and you accept the compliment and you embrace what you're doing and own it, no matter what you're doing and no matter where you are. If you're in a dance class and you do a twist and you fall flat on your face and flash your pants everywhere, get up and laugh. That is my one go-to move, is if I've done something stupid, I laugh at myself and I get up. And then most of the time people laugh with you. And then you spread joy, no matter what. So just, even when you fail, you're spreading happiness. Right, I'm gonna let you go because this is gonna be a way too long a video as it is. These are my little confidence nuggets of knowledge that I want you to have. They are the things that I valued most when I was learning confidence and how I became more confident. And I've learned these lessons through little mini segments in my life. If you want to chat to me about any of this, of course, as always, give me a message if you really feel like confidence is something you want to really work on. I have attached a PDF and something else, I think, to help build up confidence. We will see when I set it all up. So have a great day, and I will see you when we have our next training module. Have a great day.